On a cold, rainy afternoon on November 24, 1971, a man known only as D.B. Cooper executed one of the most audacious and enigmatic crimes in American history. Over 5 decades later, his story remains a mix of intrigue, daring, and unanswered questions. Who was this man? How did he vanish without a trace? And why does his tale continue to captivate the world? The day that changed everything. It was the day before Thanksgiving, and airports were bustling with holiday travelers. Among them was a man who appeared entirely unremarkable. Dressed in a dark suit, white shirt, black tie, and sunglasses, he purchased a one-way ticket under the name Dan Cooper for Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305, traveling from Portland, Oregon, to Seattle, Washington. Cooper boarded the Boeing 727 and took seat 18C. Some accounts say 18E or 15D. He was polite, calm, and blended in effortlessly with the other passengers. However, concealed within his briefcase was the key to his audacious plan: a bomb. The hijacking begins. Shortly after takeoff, Cooper handed a note to a flight attendant, Florence Schaffner. At first, she thought it was just another flirtatious gesture and slipped it into her pocket without reading it. Cooper leaned closer and whispered, "Miss, you better look at that note. I have a bomb." The note contained a chilling message. Cooper demanded $200,000 in cash, 4 parachutes, and a fuel truck ready to refuel the plane upon landing in Seattle. Schaffner recalled Cooper's demeanor as calm and professional, not the typical profile of a desperate criminal. He opened his briefcase to reveal wires, red sticks, and a battery, a sight that left no room for doubt. The pilot, Captain William Scott, relayed Cooper's demands to air traffic control, who alerted the FBI. What followed was a tense negotiation conducted at 10,000 feet. The airline agreed to meet his demands, and for the next several hours, the plane circled Puget Sound to allow authorities time to assemble the ransom money and parachutes. A daring escape. Upon landing in Seattle, Cooper's demands were met. He released the 36 passengers in exchange for the cash and parachutes, but kept the flight crew on board. His next move was as bold as it was bizarre. He ordered the plane to take off again and head toward Mexico City, flying at a low altitude of 10,000 feet and at a speed of no more than 200 knots. He also instructed the crew to keep the cabin depressurized, a critical detail for what he had planned next. Somewhere over the dense forests of southwestern Washington, in the dark and stormy night, Cooper opened the plane's aft staircase and jumped into the void, carrying the ransom money and wearing one of the parachutes. When the crew landed the plane safely in Reno, Nevada, Cooper was gone, vanished into thin air. The aftermath. The FBI launched one of the most extensive manhunts in U.S. history, codenamed NORJAC, Northwest Hijacking. They scoured the rugged terrain of Washington and Oregon, searching for any trace of Cooper or the money. Yet, despite their efforts, no definitive evidence of his fate was ever found. In 1980, a young boy digging along the banks of the Columbia River unearthed a bundle of decaying $20 bills, totaling $5,800. The serial numbers matched the ransom money, reigniting public fascination with the case. However, this discovery raised more questions than answers. How did the money end up there? Was it planted? Had Cooper survived the jump? Who was D.B. Cooper? The true identity of D.B. Cooper remains one of the greatest mysteries in American criminal history. Over the years, the FBI investigated countless suspects, each with compelling yet inconclusive evidence. One of the most famous suspects was Richard Floyd McCoy, a Vietnam veteran and experienced skydiver who staged a copycat hijacking in 1972. However, McCoy's physical description and modus operandi differed from Cooper's, and he was eventually ruled out. Another intriguing suspect was Kenneth Christensen, a former Northwest Orient Airlines employee. Christensen lived in Washington, resembled the composite sketch of Cooper, and reportedly made a death confession implying he was the hijacker. However, no concrete evidence tied him to the crime. Over time, other suspects have emerged, from Dwayne Weber, who allegedly confessed to being Cooper on his death, to Barbara Dayton, a transgender woman and pilot who claimed to have orchestrated the hijacking as a man. Each theory adds another layer of intrigue to the case, but fails to deliver conclusive proof. More recently, amateur sleuths and internet forums have kept the case alive, dissecting every piece of evidence and proposing new theories. From ex-military personnel to disgruntled businessmen, the list of suspects is as varied as it is extensive, yet none have definitively been proven to be Cooper. The legacy of D.B. Cooper. D.B. Cooper's audacious heist has transcended crime to become a cultural phenomenon. His story has inspired books, documentaries, movies, and even songs. For many, he represents a modern-day Robin Hood, a figure who outsmarted the system and disappeared into legend. In 2016, the FBI officially closed the case, citing a lack of new evidence. However, this hasn't stopped amateur investigators and enthusiasts from pursuing the truth. Cooper's name continues to captivate imaginations, and his legend endures as one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the 20th century. Popular culture has immortalized Cooper. He's been referenced in TV shows like Breaking Bad, inspired characters in novels, and even spurred annual D.B. Cooper Days celebrations in the Pacific Northwest. His story is not just a tale of crime, but a symbol of the enduring allure of the unknown. Did D.B. Cooper survive? The question of whether Cooper survived his daring escape remains hotly debated. Some argue that the jump was suicidal, given the harsh weather conditions, the treacherous terrain, and Cooper's apparent lack of advanced skydiving experience. Others point to the meticulousness of his plan and suggest he had the skills and preparation to survive. The fact that no body or parachute was ever found has only fueled speculation. Did Cooper die in the wilderness, or did he manage to start a new life under a different identity? The truth, it seems, may never be known. Experts argue that surviving the jump was technically possible. The parachute Cooper chose was a non-steerable model, complicating his descent, but not impossible to survive. Furthermore, the area where he landed is vast and heavily wooded, making it plausible that he could evade detection. Some believe Cooper may have had accomplices waiting on the ground. This theory suggests that he coordinated his escape with others who helped him evade capture. However, no evidence has surfaced to support this idea, leaving it firmly in the realm of speculation. The role of modern investigators. In recent years, advancements in forensic technology and the rise of citizen investigators have reignited interest in the case. From analyzing the tie Cooper left behind on the plane for microscopic particles to mapping out potential jump zones, these efforts have shed new light on old clues. Despite the closure of the FBI investigation, amateur sleuths continue to search for answers, driven by a passion for unraveling the mystery. Citizen scientists and researchers have also combed through thousands of documents released by the FBI, seeking patterns or overlooked details. Some believe modern AI technology could analyze Cooper's note or the ransom bills for hidden insights. While these efforts have yet to yield definitive results, they keep the story alive in the digital age. The enigma lives on. The story of D.B. Cooper is a perfect storm of mystery, intrigue, and human curiosity. It's a tale of a man who dared to defy the odds and succeeded in vanishing without a trace. As the years go by, the case becomes less about finding answers and more about preserving the legend. Whether he was a criminal mastermind, a desperate man with nothing to lose, or a folk hero who captured the imagination of a nation, one thing is certain: D.B. Cooper's story will continue to fascinate and inspire for generations to come. And perhaps somewhere out there, the man himself is smiling, knowing that he pulled off one of the greatest disappearing acts in history. If you enjoyed diving into the mystery of D.B. Cooper and want to uncover more fascinating stories like this, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Share your thoughts on this legendary case in the comments below. We'd love to hear your theories. And don't forget to share this video with fellow mystery enthusiasts. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.